Okay. Not the most amazing hand, but I like it. Laylee is going to be cool. Malakia Rebirth. I think against green we don't need that. This having 3 toughness is perfect because we have the Brotherhood's End, which should hopefully take care of a few things. Okay, Lightning Bolt. So we could just legitimately Lightning Bolt, but I think we're just gonna let them play something here, then hopefully kill it if it's another mana dork. If not, then we probably messed up there. Fanatic of Ronus. 4 toughness. It sucks. Okay, well, we'll make this 3 toughness and then 4 toughness, and then it will escape the Brotherhood's End next turn. Feed the Swarm we can't use, which is sad. Okay. Annoyingly, if they block next turn, then this will die with the Brotherhood's End, so we'll see what they do. I really kind of just want them to go for Kona. Four mana. Massacre might be able to help as well. Not sure. They didn't want to do that. They're just going to go for Kona and leave that up as a blocker. Interesting. Interesting. Right, okay. Well, we'll go for the attack first. It's very unlikely they block with Kona here, unless they've got a combat trick with the Fanatic of Rona's Mana. Bane Ripper. Well, we can't be casting that, sadly. That would have been awesome if we could. Heroic Intervention. Well, that was really weird timing, because now we can kill this in response. That worked out perfectly. I'm glad we didn't basically get too confident there, because we would have been absolutely blown out, to be honest. So Brotherhood's End is still not good yet, because that Laughing Jasper Flint will just die. Maybe we go for Meat Massacre for 1. I think that's okay, because it slows them down a bit as well. Takes them off a bit of ramp. Nice. 3, 4. So now they don't have 6 mana this turn with Kona, which is good. This 4 toughness is going to be really, really irritating, I have to say. The Grasp is nice. I'm pretty confident now we probably have this. Mind Stone. And the Laylee is going to run away with the game, because green traditionally will struggle to fight this now. And I'll leave the 2 mana up for the Grasp, so we can go for the Savell land. So yeah, it's all working out quite nicely. Feign Death we just won't need, because we're not against a removal heavy colour. And we will pass to them. Now, hopefully they don't have something like a vehicle or a tap engine that they can play before this, because they'll be able to... Well, we can kill it in response, right? It's not... This has to trigger the beginning of the second main phase, which is oddly specific. Nissa, that sucks. But we have a kill spell, so we're actually fine here. Very unlucky for them. We can now kill the Nissa with a 6 power Lelia. And we have a Rampage as well. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that felt so delicious. Especially against that deck, which would have definitely overwhelmed us if we didn't have the correct removal. Hello, my name is Josh, and welcome to the channel. Today we're looking at Laughing Jasper Flint, which is a pretty interesting Rakdos mid-rangey commander. It gives you a lot of value as long as you can keep him and some other outlaws out. So what is an outlaw? Assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, and warlocks. It's a lot to remember in deck building. 5 different types, which is 1 more than the party mechanic, which was 4 types before, which is kind of weird because rogues actually crosses over with the party mechanic. Kind of wish that they kept things within their own kind of boundaries, so it's easy to remember, but as long as there's reminder text in Arena, it's going to be really helpful. It's just in paper, it's a bit tricky unless there's reminder text. So you want to get lots of outlaws out, essentially. How many do we have in the deck? We have 3 assassins, 1 mercenary, 4 rogues, and 2 warlocks. I've already forgotten the other type. It's late, but yeah, you want to get lots of these types out, and think one of the best ways to do that is Bitter Blossom, because this always gives you a rogue every single turn. So that's pretty damn good already. Charming Scoundrel is an example of a card that does double duty. It ramps you, because I'll pretty much always be using the treasure here, and it gives you a rogue. So anything that gives you an extra type in addition to something else is just really good. There's not that many. Let me try to think. We've got Iridescent Vine Lasher. Or weirdly, this is an assassin that triggers a landfall. Tiny Bones, rogue that steals stuff from your opponent's graveyard. Ragavan isn't. Wait, is pirate? Pirate is. Ragavan is actually an outlaw, so that is pretty good. So this is already a known quantity. That's already awesome. Sedmore, which is nice because it gives you other blockers, which can be nice against other aggro decks. Crucius is just awesome. Everyone knows Crucius. You discard a card on your end step, you get a card that costs more or less than the CMC discard. You also get a treasure, which is really nice. Infamous Cruel Claw is a mercenary that can just let you have one hit of Ballistic Citadel. Essentially, oh no, it's not even. You didn't pay life, do you? You just discard a card by playing this. That's just epically good. Prosper is just a fantastic way to synergize off everything else in two ways. He's a warlock, but also whenever you play a card from exile, you get a treasure. So when you're stealing your opponent's cards, you'll be ramping up as well. And we've all seen Grenzo. This is just a crazy card. This is just so powerful. And Vein Ripper as well, an assassin, which is basically a super duper blood artist. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting cards that are kind of dotted around here that are mid range. It's not heavily aggro. I feel as though aggro isn't my preferred type of playing decks because they just fold to board wipes so much, and after one or two board wipes, it's so hard to kind of stabilize. Just be careful when Laughing Jasper Flint is out by himself because he will attract so much removal. That's just the way the format is. However, I've started thinking about putting more cards like Feign Death in, which basically says whenever a creature dies, instead return to the battlefield. So there's 3 in the deck that do this. Feign Death. We have Malakir Rebirth. And we also have Undying Malice, which all are just tremendous 1-drops to help your commander come back after a board wipe. Obviously, he doesn't work against exile, but it's just a nice way to keep him out, because without him, the deck does falter a bit. You do need him. You basically need him to gain some advantage. Although our mid-game to late game is excellent because the Ether Flux Reservoir with Ballistic Citadel combo, we can keep playing spells with that. We also have Insatiable Avarice to search for one of those pieces if we need to. So, yeah. It's actually a really fun deck, and it's done quite well in the test matchups. So if you want to support the channel, like, subscribe, do the usual stuff, stay tuned till the end, and it's just really good for the algorithm. Watch the whole video, basically. If you don't want to support me any other way, just watch the whole video, leave it on in the background. That's a nice little way to support me as well, because the algorithm then thinks, oh, my videos are worth watching all the way to the end. And if you're doing that anyway, thank you very much. That's awesome. Right, I've only mulliganed once. So this is the hand we're going to keep, and it's just awful because we have no creatures. And we have a sword. It's kind of like... It's a really bad hand, actually. Because we've got the sword that can't be equipped to anything currently. And maybe the Guardian Idol if we get absolutely desperate. That's a big mana investment, though. That's 5 mana each. Well, it's 1, 2 to make that creature. And then 2 to make that equipped. Oh my goodness. Opponent just has to fetch that in response to any trigger. It's a weird mentality, and I'm guilty of doing it myself. It's just, I kind of just wish if it didn't have any relevance, just wait. If you were going to hide like a spell, I don't know, it just feels a bit weird. Because some people fetch and then do stuff in response, like Revolt, but... Exile card from graveyard. That's going to be very annoying. Maybe a Bitter Blossom is going to get annoying for them. Adapt 2. Whenever one or more counters are put on it, put a creature card exiled with it on the battlefield under your control with a finality counter on it against haste. Okay. Interesting. That's a weird card. I guess it... That's so powerful. Creature card exiled with it on the battlefield under your control. Bloody hell. You have to be super careful what you mill with this. Emperor of Bones. That feels like a legend, right? It even looks like a legend. Interestingly enough, this would have been a sick legend. I feel like this ability is way too unique and too cool to be on a regular card. Yeah, it's a shame. Let's play this. Reveal. Mountain. Play a bit of ramp. And then probably go for a Thought Seize. Today's just going to be... It's just one of those days where the opponent's just taking absolutely ages doing everything. I don't know what it is. Some days are like that. Counterspell. Velgavoth. Oh my goodness. They literally have nothing. I think we get rid of Sauron's Ransom because they have only 2 lands. And that would have been the only way they could have gotten more lands currently. So now we know that they have... Oh, bloody hell. Thought Seize. That's kind of annoying. They probably get rid of the sword here. But if they don't play land, it means we can give a Tail's End. Saying that... Cut down doesn't kill us either. So actually, yeah, this is a great... It's kind of like a great Jasper Flint turn coming up. We also have Power Word Kill. Yep. Yeah, we've absolutely got him, I think. Especially by killing this. Yeah. Oh, that feels good. Especially against Sultai Control. Sultai Control is a tough nut to crack. Especially once they get to 7 mana. Emergent Ultimatum normally just wins them the game outright. But yeah, I think hitting the Sauron's Ransom was just... That was the way to be. That was the way to be. Even though they didn't get a land. Let's see how this goes. Versus Dragon Hawk. This is a very cool commander. Question is... Do we just go Tiny Bones turn 1? Probably. It's going to absorb some kill spells. It's almost definitely going to die very, very quick. Again, today, slow opponents. I'm really not sure what's going on. But there we go. There is a bit of a numbo here with the Bajuka Bog and Tiny Bones. Tiny Bones wants them to have a graveyard, and Bajuka Bog devoids them of such. So, we shall see. I'm pretty sure they've got a removal spell because there was a pause. And here it comes. Spike-Filled Hazard. Okay. Let's go for this guy. I'm going to discard the Bajuka Bog because it comes in tapped anyway. Heist a card. Well. Fable's kind of nice because that gives us some more mana. And when we play it, we get some more mana. So that's worked out pretty well. We also have Black Market Connections, so either one of these is going to be quite nice. I'm thinking the Fable might be the card here. They're going to kill that as well. Right. Let's go for this first, because this gives us a bigger output, much bigger output than this. We get 3 things from this next turn if we really want to. Replicating Ring means that Dragonhawk is coming next turn, whether we like it or not. Zariel. Right, we go for a full burst on the first round of that. And now we're going to pump up the Zariel and hopefully give our guys an ultimate eventually.
I am dead.
Oh my god, Zariel plus Black Market Connections is kind of bonkers. +1/+0 haste on these guys. It is very formidable, and we also have a kill spell. Glorybringer is going to kill the Zariel and kill our token, maybe. Oh, so they exerted it, but they didn't target anything. That's interesting. That is interesting. So this is exerted. That's weird. Well, that was very weird. What did they target with the exert? I'm kind of confused by that, because in order to exert, you have to target something. Oh, because these are all types. The fact this is a changeling means it's all types, and the Glorybringer cannot hit dragons, so they exerted it without realizing. That's so cool. A little technicality there. I still think we would have had them, though, to be honest. We could have done any number of things. If they didn't exert, we could have killed it. We could have waited a turn, then used Extinction Event, which would have got this odd card, and it would have got this odd card too. They would have quit either way. So, sorry, my guy. Okay, so this hand is a bit dubious, because we only technically have 1 black source for the Conduit Pylons, and we have the black hand. But I'm hoping maybe we can get to a point where this Toxic Deluge is going to just absolutely wipe the field, because their deck is going to be loads of small to medium range creatures with ETBs, And the Toxic Deluge is going to make sure we can take care of those. So we can't use black mana immediately with Conduit Pylons because we need to put mana into this. But I just like to have some Surveil in the deck, which is just a free little addition on top of a regular land. That can be just really useful to have. So there's a couple of lands like this. They give you Surveil 1. But yeah, pretty handy. Power of Surveil is just great. We don't really want that on top because we're basically looking for a natural black source. Hopefully this is not one of those games where our opponent is literally pausing on every single thing. That would be kind of annoying, but should be used to that really. Yep, it's going to be one of those games. Opponent is just taking a sweet-ass time. Okay, so we get to heist a card, and then when we cast a spell we don't own, create a treasure token. This is really awesome synergy with Laughing Jasper Flint. We discard a card. Scared of Duress. Guide of Souls. So we can play this whenever we want. As long as we have mana for it. Pardon me. Barry Barton. It's meant to be Barry Burton from Resident Evil. I'm not sure. Okay, let's play this because that's basically free because we get a treasure back. Oh boy. Opponent taking their time with every single action we do. Okay. And let's see if we can cast this. Got white, colourless up. I mean, they could have a board wipe in their turn. That'll just wipe out everything. That'll be kind of annoying. Barry Barton. I wonder if that's meant to be Barry Burton. I'll never know. All I know is Barry Burton is a character from Resident Evil. And Barry Barton isn't one that I'm familiar with, but I do wonder, actually, the other big creators, when they face someone as slow as this, do they include the footage? Because this is probably their full-time job, so they'll probably have more time to filter out the slow players. Tell me in the comments below if you know if LVD and CGB include slow players, or do they edit those out? I only wonder because I like to keep the flow of my videos kind of constant. That's why I'm always discussing or talking about things, because dead air is not good. I've actually trained... I'm not trained, but I went to a course when I was a kid, and it taught you how to do a radio show. And it's funny how things come full circle. Because back then I didn't realize I was going to do YouTube, of course, but it turns out I quite like doing YouTube. Ooh. So if we kill the cat, this flips. It's simple. Kill the cat. So we play this. This is basically free because of the loot monger. Sadly, we can't go for the trumpeting Carnosaur. My goodness, this is just one of those players where everything you do is under scrutiny. It feels awful. Honestly, it feels awful. So whenever a creature comes in, you get energy and 1 life. 4 to put 2 counters. So question is now, do we want to just attack? If we attack, this is probably going to flip, right? Then they're going to have a bloody Ajani. That's going to flip anyway. Let's just attack in, I think. Attacking with this guy and this guy. It's kind of annoying, that card, because it stops 2 things. It flips into a walker. But they're saying that if this does flip, then they won't have any synergy with Jolly Balloon Man because he cannot flicker planeswalkers. What? That's a really weird block, guys. That is a really weird block, and I'm starting to think this player is new. Although I don't know if new players use full control that often. I feel like this player is using full control way too much. So, what's the best thing to do? 2, 3, 4 mana. Let's just play the sword out. I don't really want to just spunk the Dark Ritual on equipping. Feels a bit bad. Or is that good? I don't know. We'll see. This is also a mercenary, which means it counts for the Laughing Jasper Flint. I find that this kind of crazy, because like the party mechanic, right? You get a maximum of 4 types, and party only triggers with 1 of each type. But this card, it just cares about mercenaries. It doesn't care what individual mercenary type it is. Like if you have 50 rogues, this would give you 50 triggers, right? Creatures you control but own are mercenaries in addition to the other types. X on top X number of outlaws you control. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, because it's at 4 at the moment. And we've got... Wow. That's got flash. Wow, they're exiling that? Is that just... Do they think I've got, like, infinites or something with this? That's kind of interesting. I'm really kind of surprised they did that. Because that was a 2-for-1 on an uncommon, guys. So... I mean, I know it gives me mana back, but geez. And also they blocked with the Ajani. Which is just really, really bizarre. Oh, they're going to kill the sword now. Yeah, I was thinking about not playing that, but oh well. That's very annoying with the Balloon Man. It means every turn they can destroy artifacts enchantments. I'll tell you what we can do. We can Toxic Deluge just for 1. I'll take the 2 because I'd rather just get the extra card revealed with the last Jasper Flint here. Starting to think this card is epic. Whoa. Annabelle is a citadel that we can't play. Whenever you activate an ability, it targets a creature or player, copy it. Okay. I guess I'd like to ramp a little bit. We'll go for Enduring Courage as well. Under its owner's control. Ooh, so if this dies, they get it as an enchantment. I kind of don't want to do that. I'm just going to play that. Nice. Becomes an angel in addition to its other types. Yeah, we'll make this a threat as well. Because now they have to deal with this random 3-4 that they probably didn't want to deal with before. So we probably also will be losing the Mind Stone. They keep blocking all day long, which is kind of strange, considering they currently don't have anything that synergizes with the Balloon Man. They're just doing some super strange plays here that I don't understand. But maybe there's some master scheme that I'm not seeing, you know? They should have exiled the Laughing Jasper Flint as well with the Solitude. The value that I'm getting from this is astronomical. Like 2 or 3 cards a turn play with this is ridiculous, even though this gives me treasures. But here's the thing, I wouldn't be getting treasures if Jasper Flint wasn't out. Just saying, you should probably strike me at the source rather than an offshoot branch, which just gives me some pseudo ability later on. War Leader's Call with no creatures out because I keep blocking. Again, this is a scary card, but not with the current field, especially with a token that does nothing when you flicker it. In fact, it just disappears. 4 cards. This is crazily good. Yeah, it really is. And they'll probably concede soon as well, because it's just insurmountable. It's so easy to trigger this guy, which makes me wonder how they design stuff. Oh my goodness. Mondrak gives me double tokens. Sure, let's go for Mondrak. So now we get double tokens. See, that would have been very crazy with the treasure. Okay, so now opponents are open me, which is just great. The spirit of this game is just weird. The thing about losing in Magic is it's just a lesson. Just move on. The faster you move on to a new game, the faster you'll learn new lessons and the more you'll win. It's just very peculiar. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.